Hello, Facebook, and this will be on YouTube. I'm going to upload this on YouTube as well. Why is it looking so dark? Try to cut some light in. So, I want your input, Mike. I'm going to discuss several things real quick. Number one, how I built a 823 credit score, right? Releasing a new credit curriculum or course on helping people build a 720 or above credit score. And third topic, these pre-written dispute letters, right? Where you just fill in the lines, the plate of your account, the account numbers, 10 items, why they don't work. You can't convince me that they work. I don't care what you see on social media that's promoting these type of dispute or challenge methods. You can call it either or. You know, a lot of people say, hey, we don't dispute, we challenge. But the Fair Credit Reporting Act laws use the terminology of dispute. That when a consumer or person disputes anything on their credit report, these are the procedures or actions that the credit reporting agencies have to do, right? So they use the terminology dispute. So I interchanged the words dispute with challenge because of that. So, but on the topic, I want you all to help me, give me some ideas of what you would like if you had to purchase a do-it-yourself credit curriculum or a credit program. What you would like for it to include. Now, of course, I'm not going to put a course together that's going to show you how my affidavits are instructed. But what I am going to do is have to educate and empower people on certain topics of, hello, Mr. Bug. Okay. Empower people on the topic of why you have three different credit scores, how to dispute, what items to dispute. A lot of people don't know what, they just think, okay, if I have 10 negative items on my credit report, then I'm going to use this pre-written letter and write all 10 negatives in this template style like letter, right? And I'll just dispute all of it. And that's not the way that you need to address the credit reporting agencies. That's not the way that you need to get negative or derogatory or items off of your credit report, right? The first thing you need to understand in disputing is, when I mean about what to dispute, I mean what categories of information that can be wrong on an account that's listed that just so happen to be negative, right? Is the account balance correct? Is the account number complete? Is the dates correct? Is the amount correct? And just different things like that, because you don't want to, number one, first thing you do is ask to verify an account, right? Have you ever really thought about it? That nothing can be verified until something can be wrong? Why would you just send a letter into the bureaus and say, okay, I want you to verify this, if they haven't even told you that? You only want to use that when it comes back and say, we have verified it. Then you have what we call an MOV, or what I call an MOV is, okay, now I'm requesting, what is your method of verification? Why would you ask for verification of something right from the hip or from the gate if you haven't even brought out anything that's wrong with that needs to be verified? Why would I need to verify this account? What's wrong with it that needs verification? If you have not expressed that to the credit reporting agencies first, and I'm making sure that I begin to use the right terminology, because I hear a lot of videos and people refer to them as bureaus, and by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, that's not true. They're identified as CRAs, credit reporting agencies. I make that known because people get this idea that bureau, anything associated with a bureau, is a government entity, FBI. And then so they get very intimidated about doing anything with their credit report. So steps by steps of really knowing what credit is. For example, one of the very widely taught things that people are selling these do-it-yourself credit template letters is asking for physical verification on the Fair Credit Reporting Act 609. Bearing your signature. You have to be in situations where, well, first of all, kind of ask yourself, if the bureaus had to keep physical verification of everything on file, they would be out of business by now. The 609, 611 is so widely used that if those tactics works, they will be non-existent. So there are only certain things that when you are challenging or disputing, that you want to ask for physical verification, bearing your signature. And then I want to break down some terminology of so you can know as a consumer how many laws that you actually have on your side to legally get negative items removed or reversed on your credit report, right? Like it's so many fairs. It's the Fair Factor Act, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act. Then you have the Fair, Accurate Billing Act. Then you have the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And some people just ask me questions sometimes. Hey, what do you think is the best way for me to dispute my credit if I want to do it myself? I'm like, that's not something I can tell you in a text message or a message. So that's really but I would think the number one thing is analyzing how to read your credit report, to first challenge the credit reporting agencies on the fact that something is not reporting 100% accurate as it should be, right? Before you just go to step D, learn what step A is. And learn how to analyze and read that to say, hey, this is not right. It's not accurate. And you place it on my credit report. Now I have grounds for you to delete it or to modify. I'm using the exact terminology of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or to update. You have three options. And then, a lot of times people need to understand that if you're always asking for a deletion only, you could and let me use this example. Okay, let's say you've paid on your Wells Fargo card in good standing for 3 years. The last 6 months, you've had 4 30-day late or 2 30-day lates. Now your 2-year credit report history, if you're just going to ask them to delete this by verifying that account, now that 2-year history that you had that was positive, you're going to put at risk erasing all of that. So why not learn methods to help reverse a couple of late pays and could also help you keep your good credit history versus deleting something that was good that's only showing late 1 or 2 times. And that's called credit reversal. So you have credit removal and you have credit reversal, or at least that's what I do. When I look at credit reports, I never understood why people will allow marketers or salesmen to convince them to buy a credit system or software or a program. And these people have not fixed a credit report, have not helped anyone with their credit, have not did anything, not in their own credit report too. Have you ever wondered why people will, especially on Facebook, post, let me help you build a 750 credit score? If they was like me, I'll just say, hey, look at my 823 credit score and let me help you do the same. Let me show you an example of my own credit score and let you know I can help get you there. Or why, have testimonies of Credit Karma with a 60 points. I'm not caring about somebody's Credit Karma screenshot showing a 60-point increase or a 100-point increase. Let me see the 3-digit numbers. Let me see your actual credit score. And then, can you explain to me why this credit score? See, a lot of times people credit score can improve just because they pay down credit card debts. I can get you 60 points by just telling you to do that. Look at your credit score. Look, your debt ratio is high on your revolving debt. Revolving debt is, bills that revolve that you pay, like credit cards. You pay them off, the money revolves back. You pay it down, the money can revolve back to you. Installment debt, you just pay it. The money never comes back. That money goes out. It never can come back or revolve back in. So I can look at anybody's credit report and say, hey, I can get you a 150-point increase in 30 days just by telling them to pay down those credit card debts. Nothing has to be deleted. Nothing has to be removed. So I'm really taking to heart a lot of false marketing and advertising. If you want to do it the right way, show people your credit score. Stop putting people in situations where you're asking them to send in letters to verify something. Because now when you update the data lags activity on a dormant account, then their credit score can drop, right? And so just give me some comments. Let me know some things that if you were going to fix your credit yourself, some things that you would want to know how to do. I'm looking into putting in at least 2 months. I'm going to get my everything that I put in copyrighted. But I'm telling you, if you see any type of letter that starts off saying per Fair FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act 609A1A, I'm asking you to physically verify this through physical verification. Or if you see a pre-written letter that says, I'm asking you to verify the accounts according to Fair Credit Reporting Act 611, I will run from it quick. I will quickly run. I will not send that in because that will hurt your credit score more than it will help it. So again, just brainstorming some of my topics. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Some of my topics is why you had 3 different credit scores, what you need to challenge or dispute. Another big thing going around is about Metro 2, how to beat E-Oscar. You know what? There's a case law versus TransUnion, right? That the judge ruled in court that that the credit reporting agencies cannot solely rely on computer generated verification. You don't need all of these, letters that's in big caps, things put in red. Just say, hey, and per this case law versus TransUnion, you cannot rely on computer generated verification. This is the type of verification that has to be requested or received from the original furnisher. A furnisher is, and these are terminologies that I'm going to put in my curriculum. A furnisher is anyone who's reporting this information to the credit reporting agencies. So you don't need all these little tricks and tactics that a lot of people are selling. Hey, this is how we're different. We know how to beat E-Oscar. And I'm learning, and all these things, and Metro 2 compliance, Metro 2 compliance is very powerful. But that one case law of how to beat computer generated program will help you, just knowing that within itself, because a lot of times this is what happened. Over 37% of complaints that go into E-Oscar is that it's not mine. Don't say this is not mine unless it's really not yours. And it might not be yours. It may be something you do not recognize, and you may be a part of identity theft, right? And so I'm going to discuss inquiries, how they affect your credit scores, just getting these pulls on your credit report, inquiry removal, just right off the tabs, right off the top of my head. So give me some things, comment in this. But don't think now I'm going to drop free knowledge to you, or you can message me and say, hey, how do I do this? If I told everybody what I do for free, then why would anybody want to pay me to do it? If I told everybody that I ask how I get success for my clients for free, then that would cut my services and my intellectual knowledge need out. And I really get frustrated when I see those messages, and I think to myself, do they really think they're going to have a conversation with me to give them this advice for free? And now I just ignore it. I don't allow it to upset me anymore. But I don't understand a person's mindset that think that they can really just get those questions answered like that. If I pay my time and my money to learn this from experts, why would they think I would, And I make a lot of posts on Facebook say, hey, debt collectors, if they sell your debt, if the original person that you was in contract with sell your debt to a debt collector, it's illegal. Who needs this? A lot of people be like, me. And I'm like, well, I'm asking you that. That's a rhetorical question, right? I'm not asking you who needs this because I'm just going to drop that to you for no cost. And I have people paying me to do that for them. It's a rhetorical question that's getting you to start thinking, and for me to alert you that it is illegal. And if you need it, you need to pay for my services to get that done, because I'm trying to show you how you can save hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not asking you for who needs this because you think that I'm going to share some information with you and drop it for free. Everything you need, I make it right now in my videos. You're getting this for free. This is all I'm going to give for free. And this is enough. If you pay attention, if you follow me, you stay tuned in, this is enough. Some people have emailed me and say, hey, because I'm faithfully watching your videos or whatever, I have done this and I have helped myself. And I tell them, congratulations. I'm glad you was able to. But for a lot of people, by the time they do figure and they connect the dots, you wasted months with bad credit. Now you got high interest rate, and you've lost thousands of dollars, right? Because you're not going to take the time to invest hundreds to get. And I'm a coach. I just don't do. I coach people through the process. A lot of people, they sign up and now they want, hey, I got the negatives removed. I thought this was going to skyrocket my score. No, you need positive. And when they are my paid clients, then I give them, if they've already invested into my services, then I tell them, this is how you build now that you remove negative, right? This is what I do. I don't promote a company doing this, organization. There are a lot of credit repair companies that take $89, $200 a month, or they sell you this little program that's not going to be effective at all, right? If you call something an education program, make it an education program. Don't mislead people and say, well, it's an education program, but, this is going to help you get items deleted. No, we're just educating you on what builds a good credit score. What are some things that you can do? Under 2019, for example, adding authorized users is old. It's outdated. That used to help by leaps and bounds, but the credit bureaus are always updated and changing. They coming out with Ultra FICO score now 9. So yes, it does help. It does help, but lenders are looking when they see that and they just see you have no primary accounts and you just have 8 used, then they still will deny you. You still have to have primary strong accounts. And these are things that I tell people who are my paid clients where to get them. And I do no extra charge. So I believe, if you want to get information from anybody, then you should sow into their life and just not expect to know what they know. Right? So, hey, I'm not trying to waste your time. But look, I need to learn this. How much are your services or your coaching or consulting to help me understand this? A lot of people buy books that I recommend that I say have helped me. And it's not just one book. And then they get the book and they can't understand maybe. Because I tell people the Fair Credit Reporting Act is like the King James Bible. You can read it, but then you have to be able to interpret it into simple terms, especially when you're helping other people, construct or customize affidavits to dispute or challenge some things on their credit report. So if you read a law in the Fair Credit Reporting Act, now you have to be able to translate that language into simple terms so that the credit reporting agencies know that this person knows what they're talking about, right? they're just not sending me in 2 or 3 letters that's pretty much repeating the same thing over and over again, right? They know that if I didn't do what I'm supposed to do for my first affidavit, then I'm going to get a second affidavit that addressed that and other laws that I broke in the process. So you have to be able to read the Fair Credit Reporting Act and put it in layman's terms. So, hey, that's the difference between getting someone who's an expert or a professional or a specialist in credit repair, and then getting people that's just trying to sell you a product or software or services that never repair anyone. You know, they hire other people to fix their credit, but they're telling you to buy into a program and things to fix yours, right? They've never repaired anyone's credit personally themselves. So, you know, I would, you know, be very careful about just being sold to on social media and the internet with those issues, because I tell people all the time, your credit is a 3-digit number that can set you free financially, or it can keep you enslaved and in bondage financially, just point blank. Like Corey P. Smith always says, credit is for poor people, right? Meaning that if you don't have the money, your credit can get you the money, or it can continue to take away money. Depends on how low or how high your score is. It can get you other people's money to make more money, to position you to live a better lifestyle, or it can take more money out of your pocket, out of your hard-earned paycheck, because you're paying higher fees than the average, than the person who has a higher credit score. So if more of your cash flow is continue going out because of bad credit, you'll never be able to really get to a high success of building positive cash flow. So, hey, I'm signing off. Make sure you put in the comments what things that you probably would like for me to put in my curriculum for the people who do want to, you know, learn it themselves, learn the system, have a more, you know, economical choice to make. And I will read your comments, and I will put that in consideration as I'm constructing and putting this curriculum together for people who want to do it themselves. So, hey, happy Sunday to you. Have a great day. Enjoy your friends, family, and loved ones today.